Hi, I'm Jason Huddle, and welcome to Upfront with Cabarrus Magazine. This month's issue is all about craft beer, and we thought, what better place to come to than Cabarrus Brewery Company right here behind me. Now, they've taken an old abandoned mill house out here at Gibson Mill and turned it into a first-class facility where we can bring our families. We caught up with Steve Steinbacher, managing owner at Cabarrus Brewery, on the eve of the grand opening.
Jason, well, first, welcome to Cabarrus Brewing Company. And we got here, I think, through the sheer efforts of a lot of individuals, both those that are part of the Cabarrus Brewing family, but also Lyle's Construction, the ownership group, Southpaw Investors of the Gibson Mill Complex. I think everybody really was able to look past a lot of the age, the filth, the dirt, the clutter that was in this, almost 100-year-old finished goods warehouse, and see some potential in terms of being able to kind of recreate this space into something that the entire Cabarrus County community could really be proud of.
As we're filming this, you are just a few days away from opening this great, awesome place to the public. Tell us, what's your vision for Cabarrus Brewery Company as you move forward, as you become part of this community?
Well, I think my vision for the Cabarrus Brewing Company experience is really very similar to what I found at craft breweries all over the country, and specifically here in North Carolina. It's a great place to come have beer, but it's also a great place just to come and socialize, be with a lot of family, friends, community members. The craft beer, I think, movement really is about community. There were some interesting conversations going back and forth online about whether you should be bringing family and children and even dogs to the brewery. That really is what I think this whole craft brewery experience is about. It's really, come to a local spot that the entire area can be proud of, whether you live here or you're bringing people from out of town. And that's really what we're hoping to accomplish, is to really create a destination, not just to come for a beer, but to come and be part of the history, the character, the culture, and what is really the dynamic community that Cabarrus County is becoming.
Jason McKnight is the master brewer here. And Jason, we have in front of us 4 of the first beers to roll off the line here, and why don't you tell us about them?
Okay. The first is the Cotton Blonde. That's going to be our lightest beer. It's a great transitional beer for people that aren't used to drinking craft beers. I think they'll really enjoy it. It's very light-bodied, not very hoppy. The second one we have is our Batch 1, and that's the very first batch of beer we did here at Cabarrus Brewing Company. It's going to be a session pale ale. It's about 4.7% alcohol, so it's something you can drink all day long and enjoy it and not be too heavy on you, or really not get you to where you shouldn't be responsible. Our third is our Bo Weevil Brown Ale, and that's named after the old Piedmont Bo Weevils baseball team here in Concord. And it's an English ale, brown ale, so it's going to be a little sweeter on the maltier side, but still give you that roasted flavor. Our third is a Cabarrus Gold, Reed's Gold Ale, which we named after Reed's Gold Mine. So if you grew up here, you remember going there as a kid on the field trips in elementary school, and we just wanted to pay homage to that important part of our history.
Now, you have 3 more batches coming off the line now. As we're filming this, they're not quite ready, but they will be ready for opening. So tell us about those.
Hey, the first one we have is our Amber Ale. It's a Red Hill Amber. It's, again, going to be kind of a middle-of-the-road beer, great transitional beer for people that aren't used to drinking craft beer. It's going to be similar to like a Killian's Red or a Yingling. Not very hoppy, a little sweet maltiness, rich amber color. Then we've got an IPA for all the hop heads. That's going to be about 76 IBUs per barrel, so it's going to be very, very hoppy, using all American hops. The third is an oatmeal stout, and it's a traditional English-style stout. So it's going to be a little sweeter than what you would find with a Guinness, not as dry. Again, quite drinkable. I think everybody will really enjoy it.
Looking forward to tasting each one. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
One of the great things that Steve and his team have done here is to keep the history of the building and the area intact. From the old textile spindles that now serve as beer taps, to leaving the graffiti and marks on the walls from old mill workers, they've managed to keep the history alive. To learn how you can tap into the emergence of craft breweries here in Cabarrus County, or for more information on Cabarrus Brewery, check us out at cabarrusmagazine.com or pick up the March issue of Cabarrus Magazine at over 220 locations countywide.